Good morning. Boker Tov, good morning. Safra Tava, welcome back to our shiur. I want everybody to know that this is the Nidchei Yisrael shiur. You know, we hear all sorts of things in the beginning. You have no idea what this is all about. This is the Chafetz Chaim writing for the diaspora.
Nidachim be'eretz Mitzrayim.
Nidachim, and the truth of the matter is, we should really do a personal check, like a medical checkup. We should do a diaspora checkup, even up for us in Eretz Yisrael. To what extent the Chafetz Chaim is speaking to us and saying, check out, be close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and how to do it. And as we're learning about Torah, we'll get to it. And today is Chai Sivan, the 18th day of Sivan, and Baruch Hashem, you know, we don't have, no news is good news, although Ein Beis Medrash B'li Chidush, so we'll have Chidush Torah. And we learned about the Avel, the Aleph Beis Lamed yesterday. We were able to learn a lot about Aleph Beis Lamed. Okay, today.
Like Cain and Abel?
Like Cain and right. Cain, that's right, that's Cain. Avraham Kakohen Shernitzel, not Schnitzel. By the way, when I used to go to Marvad Haksamim in my bachelor days, I would go with you did your atlas, and we would go, and we would have. I would get there, and we would go to Marvad Haksamim, and we'd say Lehishnatzel, which means to have a schnitzel. So that's what reminded me of a now I can't pronounce it anymore.
You want to be turned into a schnitzel?
Shernitzel. That's his name today. Avram HaKohen Shernitzel, the Eitan HaEzrachi. Okay, we're going to learn about him. Today's also Reb Yerucham Lebovitch. Yerucham ben Avraham Halevi Lebovitch, Mechuna Reb Yerucham Mimir. The Mashkiach. Okay, so we're going to learn about him. And also Yaakov Elimelech ben Yecheskel Panis. Pei Nun Tuf Panet. We had in Columbia, a classmate of mine was someone by the name of Nigel Paneth. I wonder if he was related. Nigel is not a member of our shir, so I can't really ask him. But Pei Nun Tuf Panet. Whether it's he was P-A-N-E-T-H. Whether he's
by the
related.
Way, for Rabbi Yerucham, before I forget, there's a very, very nice sefer that was many Sforim have written.
Not called Yerucham Halevi.
It's called the Mashkiach. It's written by Menachem Plato.
Wow!
And
so
it's really beautiful.
It's so interesting that you call it, because there's the Mashkiach talking about the Mashkiach Kamenetz. There's a sefer on him too, the Mashkiach, and then I have another sefer, Rav Shmuel Rozovsky, called Harash Yeshiva. So
there's many of those.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem.
Mashkiach.
I knew Rav Moshe Feinstein. We knew him as the Rosh Yeshiva in Tiferes Yerushalayim. That's the way we called it. The Rav Moshe is the Rosh Yeshiva.
Growing up, we had in Boston, we had the Rebbe.
Yeah, of course, the Rebbe in Boston.
Was the Boston Rebbe.
Boston Rebbe.
And then in our personal jargon amongst our friends, so there was the Rav.
The Rav is Rav Soloveitchik.
And the Rav was Rav Savitsky.
Oh, Rav Savitsky. The Rav and the Rav.
The Rav and the Rav.
Asay Lecha Riv. No. Don't get into any fights. Anyway, so let us say our psalms. Some do it, some don't, but we do it all the time. And we're up to Gan Nun Gimel, Way Gan, and here we go. Let's see what Tzvi, who is our Tehillim critic, what he has to say for today. Who do you think this is? Not Barry. The Palach, right.
a different movie.
יחדיו נלחו, אין עושה טוב, אין גם אחד.
הלא ידעו
פועלי האוון, אוכל
אוון.
ימי, אכלו לחם,
אלוהים לא קראו.
שם פחד ופחד, לא היה פחד, כי אלוהים פיסר עצמות חונך, הבישותה,
כי אלוהים
מעשיו.
מעמיו.
מי ייתן מציון ישועות ישראל, ושוב אלוהים שבות עמו, יראה ליעקב, ישמח ישראל.
אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, נשונים בצרה, צרה ובשביה, עומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. נשונים בצרה ובשביה, עומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. אחינו כל בית
First out of the jar.
אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנשונים בצרה ובשביה, עומדים בין בים ובים ושמשה. אמר הקום ירחם, ירחם, יוציאם את ההרה. Who was the Malchin? Who came up with this nigga? Anybody know? Shmayahu. Zman Kariv Nomar. Amen. The second pasuk in Nun Gimel is Amar Naval Belibo. Der Nidrika. Nivza. Nidrika. Nivza Nika. Nivza.
Knickerbocker?
No, right. Knickerbocker. Nivza Digger. Okay.
I can dig it.
There you go. Okay. Titus. So we're talking about two adjectives. Talking about nidrika, nivzika. So what is that really? You looked it up. Nidrika, nivzika. You have...
There's two words?
Yes. Nidrika we know, which is like a low life. Nidrika, from being low. Nidrika. And
What's
then...
the word nadir in English? N-A-D-I-R. What is that?
That's like the lowest point.
Yeah, so you see, there's a relationship.
Oh,
there.
that's interesting. Very nice. I like
That's
that.
my etymological
So when you say Beli Neder,
contribution today.
when you say Beli Neder, you should make sure you're not in the depths. Bomi Mamakim. Anyway, Nidrika. Let's look up the relationship between Neder and Neder. Okay, whatever. Yiddish. Okay. Avol Evil. Here we go. Nivzerka. Okay, that Nun, Vez, Zion, Hey, Schmitzik. Dalid, Yud, Gimel, Ayin, Resh. Nivzadiker. So it's despicable. And nivz from the
That's a good word.
Nivza. Okay. Nivzadiker. So if you really want a low life, if you have a double low life, you have a Nidrika, Nivzika. If you have, which is the way it was written down over here when I was talking about this. Is remember, it's not just a tirgum; it's also a perush. No. Okay, it says Omar Novel, the Libo Novel is Titus. So who says Ein Elohim?
Novel is Titus.
He says that's what he's saying. He says Omar Novel Belibo der Nizrika Nivdika Titus Harosha hat getracht in sein Herz.
So why is he called Novel?
Because he's a low Novel. Listen, he didn't get the Nobel. You ever give someone the
Nobel
Nobel
Prize?
Prize? The Nobel Prize.
He's a
Nobel Prize.
A manuvel.
A Manuvel, right? Manuvel. He's a guy who came
It's
from.
not a manuvel is with
No.
vovs.
Yeah.
This novel is with a
The
base.
Bays, right? Okay, but
Before
still.
somebody corrects us,
Okay, here we
need
go.
to set that straight.
Well, okay, we know what we're talking
know
about.
what we're talking
We're not
about.
Nidrika
It may
Nivzika.
sound
We're
the
not
same,
despicable, right? You
but
know.
we understand that it's written differently.
And the parentheses, B'shah hat chorav gemacht dem Beis HaMikdash. This is Titus Amar Novel Belibo. Ein Elohim es is nicht as nicht da agot was soll im bastrofen. There's no one who
Punish.
could punish him. Hischiso ze haben verdarben. Verdarben.
Adabin.
Okay.
To destroy.
Corrupted. Verdarben is to corrupt.
Corrupt.
Hischiso from the word mashchis. Verdarben, that's a good word for today. His evil ovel. Und ze haben verumwürdigt. This is a mit umrecht. So I looked it up in different ways. I looked it up in Google and I looked up in AI. Sometimes I use. So
Aye.
So he says wrongdoing loathsome. So we're talking about shchitu. Tivu ovel ein oser tov kein einer von ze hat nicht getan gut. And that's my Yiddish for today.
Congratulations.
And that was a little, what's the word? Sabrachan etzena, broken teeth. You ever hear the expression Sabrachan etzena?
Yes.
That's what
My Bobby Allah Shalom was born in America in 1898. And she married my grandfather, who came from Russia. And the family came here from Russia, so they all spoke Yiddish. And she didn't speak Yiddish. She was an American girl. So when she wanted to learn Yiddish and started to speak to her mother in Yiddish, her mother says, "Sie brechen nicht dem Steiner, red in English."
Red English, okay. And they would listen to Art Raymond, the WEVD, the station that speaks your language, Yiddish. You ever hear WEVD?
Do you know my grandfather's brother? Well, I guess I would say he wasn't particularly frum, but it's interesting that there were a whole bunch of brothers, and they came. I'm named after my grandfather, so I didn't know him, but there was a younger brother, Uncle Louis, who I did know, and when his wife passed away, I remember I went to be Menachem Ovel. I was a teenager, and I was talking to him about the what like in Europe, they were from the Ukraine. So he told me that they were all running away from the yeshivas.
Sounds like Yasumi Mirafidim.
Huh? Rafidim.
Mirafidim.
Rafidim. He said they weren't interested. Why am I telling you that? Because
The trend of thought. Let's
yeah.
thread ourselves back.
Let's look at the mail trail.
A mail trail.
What was the last thing we said?
I don't know. That's why we're recording this, so we could play it back.
No, I was thinking
Yiddish.
oh yeah, because Yiddish. So there was another brother who had a radio program.
Oh,
It was called the Joseph Tall Hour.
really?
And he started off. He played Hatikva.
For real?
And then he played all these Yiddish
Songs.
and Hebrew songs. Yeah.
Where did it come out from? Which Boston?
Boston. Yeah.
Oh, really? So,
Yeah, and not every week. The Joseph Tall Hour.
how do you like that?
It's
So,
not,
Joseph Toll Hour. Has Toll, T-A-L-L?
Let's see if we can find it. The Joseph Tall Hour.
And how's that related to you?
That was my grandfather's brother.
So their maternal grandfather?
My maternal grandfather, yeah.
And I knew a Tarnauer.
The name Tal was really Tolchinsky before they came to
Ellis Island.
before they came to America. The Joseph Tarlow, it really doesn't.
But do you remember when I mentioned WEVD and Art Raymond? Do you remember that? Did you remember listening to that? I remember that.
Actually, no, I don't.
Okay, because that was the Yiddish station. It was.
I'll have to do a little more in-depth looking and see if I can
find
a.
Okay. Sounds. And you think you could get a sound bite of the old days?
That's what I'm going to try to see if I can do.
Okay, you could post it. Okay, so anyway, garnish guitar gesagt
Garnished.
Vavos.
Because you had all the words today.
Okay, garnish. You know what the word garnish? Gar.
To garnish.
Yeah, to garnish.
We're going to garnish it with garnished.
Yeah, but do you have any idea?
Garnish get garnished.
Yeah, garnish mit garnish. You know what garnish is, by the way? Garnish is if a person owes money to someone. So one of the forms of what we call execution. Execution doesn't mean you kill him.
No.
One of the forms of enforcement. Enforcement is to garnish his salary. Means to take the money from the debt from someone's salary.
Oh, wow.
So the truth of the matter is it becomes garnished. Either he has no money to give or you make the guy become garnished. It's like I did a whole paper on Pshitat Rego. What's the relationship between bankruptcy and Pshitat Rego? Means to outstretch foot. So what does Pshitat Rego have to do with bankruptcy? So it's brought down. There's a Rambam and the Rashi. One is that Pshitat Rego, that if he has no money, he's going to run to another country. He's going to get lost. Pshitat Rego, he got outstretched foot. Another is Rashi, I think, is you take him, you hang him upside down. Pshitat Rego, you hang him upside down, and if any money drops out of it, that's the money that you can get. And then there's a third one, Pshitat Rego, the word bankrupt means to break the chair. I think it might be French.
A bank is Yiddish.
Yeah, it's about
chair.
Bankrupt, but the English word bankruptcy, if you look etymology, is if a money lender had money, he would sit on this chair. But if he no longer had any money to lend, he just broke the chair. There was no chair to sit on. Bankrupt. So
First of all, I want to say two quick things. I won't forget this because I'm looking at this, so I'll tell you the other thing. The other thing is that regarding the Aval and Avel, so the Radak did say, I went through the Radak, and he did bring something very interesting. He said,
how do you just look at words in the Radak? You come up with this equivalent?
There's a Sefer.
I know, Sefer Shloshim, right.
Which goes according to the Aleph base.
No, I know. But
so I looked up Aval.
Oh, interesting. Oh, you look at the Aval, but now you're doing, Aval, you're talking about, because we're still on the topic of yesterday. Okay, Aval.
So Aval and Aval. So he brings something very interesting. He says that the Nun and the Lamed are somehow exchangeable.
Who knows? I'm not sure about that.
Evan and Aval. And
the Nun and the Lamed.
And in Evan, he says, he brings it, and I don't know how it's pronounced, the Aleph Beis Lamed. Maybe it's Evel with two segals, I'm not sure. But he says that actually, the stone that was underneath the Oron was placed on a stone.
Evan Hayesod?
It was called an Evel, Aleph Beis Lamed.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what he says. He says, I think that was the name of the stone that the Oron was put on top.
Okay, now to really set you off completely. By the way, really to set you off completely, the word evil. Evil.
So that's.
But it doesn't relate to. Oh yeah, Avel. Ein Vav Lamed is evil. That's Avel. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're Avla. This is an Avla.
What was his name? There was
Evil Knievel.
King.
Evil Knievel.
Oh, Wicked King. Evel. Remember his name?
Yeah. Evel Sapir, I don't know.
No. He had a very funny
Yeah.
name. Anyway,
Okay.
that was one
So
thing.
that one thing. This is, by the way, this year is called digression. This is anything but the real topic that we're talking about.
Right, so the Yiddish word that I was just going to bring in today before I left, because I'm really late already, is...
Well, you could run.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to...
Catch it.
Ausgeflattert.
Okay, that's a new word. You're flattering yourself.
Ausgeflattert means flown away.
Oh, yeah, really? Ausgefliegelt.
Ausgeflattert.
Oh, I'm ausgefliegelt.
Ausgeflammert.
Oh, flammert.
Oh, hey, in English it says ausgeflammert, but in Yiddish it doesn't.
It's not transliterated?
No, in Yiddish it's ausgeflattert. Look at that. See that?
Ausgeflattert.
And in English?
Geflammert. Wait, let me just see that exam. Maybe that test looks like a man.
No, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Flattert is...
Yeah, no, I hear it. That's right.
Is
So
to flutter.
You just...
Flutter.
It
flutters its wings.
No, it's transliterated. Instead of transliterated, it took a lateral transmission.
The Blätter seien ausgeflattert in Wund.
It flies in the pages.
The
Blatter.
Leaves.
Oh, the Blatter.
The Blätter.
The Blätter.
Seien ausgeflattert in Wund.
Okay, in the wind.
They fluttered away in the wind.
Flutter. Okay.
The Machshavas seien ausgeflattert von mein Kopf.
Oh, he wax.
We can identify with that, can't we?
He waxes eloquent.
The thoughts flew out of my head.
Okay. Well, okay. Listen, today, you know what I love? We're going to call the shear Yotzei Min HaKlal.
Yotzei Min HaFluttered.
Fluttered. James, ever hear of James Joyce? The stream of consciousness. That's what we just did. Just kept going. Very good.
We could do that for a while,
No, not really. We have limited time. I have to now compress the rest of my shear. Okay? We'll see if this is a delicate operation to see whether we can get it without. We lift it out. We say, Chaim Tovim! Oh! Chaim Tovim! Thank you. Call two. Okay, we're still going. Okay. Okay, this struggling. We're going to get to our Mokum Kavua. Here we go. And we wish all the Cholim of Refuah Shlema. And some Higisa Bam Yomam V'Layla. If you could just think about learning day and night. This is basically what we're talking about, Nidchei Israel, the chashivas of learning. So let's continue this year. We're talking about the yard sites, and we mentioned that today is the yard site of Rav Avram HaKohen Shernitzel, Ben Rabbi Yisrael Yechiel HaKohen Rappaport. נולד בלבוב ב-1584 ונפטר היום י"ח סיוון ב-1651 היה חותנו של רב מרדכי שרניצל ותלמיד רב ישוע פלק, דבעל סמה, בספר מירס העיניים. רב אברהם היה מגדולי חכמי לבוב ועשיר מאוד שעמד בראש ישיבת גדולה ופיזר הרבה ממנו לצורכי תלמידי ישיבתו. כמו כן היה פרנס ועד 4 ארצות, ושמריהו מביא את מי היה מה שעבד 4 ארצות, אפשר לראות בגיליון. רב אברהם הכהן היה גם נשיא וגבאי לכספי צדקה בשביל עניי ארץ ישראל, ונקרא בתואר מורה דארד ישראל. למעלה מ-42 שנה עמד בראש ישיבתו. בני דורות הפליגו בשבחו, וזה זיו קלסתר פניו היה כפני לבנה, היה חסיד כהלל. נכדו רב אברהם אב בזדין Baslov הוציא את ספרו איתן האזרחי. בסוף הקדמה מנמק את השם כי איתן האזרחי בישראל הוא בגמטריה של אברהם הכהן, רופא איש פורט, שתדעו שאיתן זה גם כן השם של אברהם אבינו. לספר יש הסכמות מגדולי הרבונים, הראשון ביניהם רב לוי יצחק מברדיצ'ב. הספר כולל שני חלקים. החלק ראשון הוא תשובות שנשא ונתן עם חכמי דורו, ביניהם גם התוספות יונטוב. החלק השני דרשות לפרשיות התורה שדורש בהזדמנויות שונות, ביניהם הספדים על כמה מגדולי דור, וגם הספד על הגזירה הגדולה דקהילה קדושה נמרוב, שבו נהרגו יוסר מ-6,000 נפשות בשנת ורשס תחתת, ועל החורבן. וקהילה קדושה טולצ'יק וקהילת קונסטנטין ופלנה. רב אחד בווינה סידר גט לאישה שבעלה היה חולה, ואחרי שהבעל החלים לא החזירה לבעלה. המהר"ם מלובלין ערער על הגט וביטלו למפרע ולימדו, וימינו עמדו רב מרדכי יפה בעל הלבושים ועוד רבנים מפורסמים. רבי יהושע השל בעל הסמה והמרשה התנגדו לו, והדבר גרם כי רב אברהם הכהן שרניסל שהיה מנהיג הקהילה בלבוב הכריח את המהר"ם לעזוב את לבוב. המהר"ם התקבל אחר כך לרב מלובלין. רב אברהם הניח בנים גאונים ועשירים ופלגים ופרנסי הדור, רב מרדכי אב בית דין לוץ, רבי שמעון חותנו של רב מאיר ז"ל מבריסק, רב מיכאל כץ. עד כאן היורצייט של אברהם הכהן שרניסל. היום זה גם כן היורצייט של רב ירוחם בן אברהם הלוי לבוביץ, מכון רבי ירוחם ממיר, נולד ב-1873 ונפטר ב-1936, נולד בלויבן, ממינסק, למד בגיל 16 בישיבת סלובודקה, ובישיבת בגיל 22 בישיבת קלם. היה תלמיד סבא מסלובודקה וסבא מקלם, והחופץ חיים. הוא למד בחברוסה 20 שנה עם הגרנט, נפתלי טראפ. למד בכל הקודשים ברדן ב-1907, כיהן כמשגיח בישיבת רדן, ב-1911 משגיח בישיבת מיר. הוא חיבר דס חכמה ומוסר, ודס תורה, שביבי דס, ספסי דס, אוקיי, משגיח. יעקב אלימלך היום גם כן יוצא של יעקב אלימלך בן יחזקאל פנת, שנולד ב-1888 ונפטר ב-1944, נולד ברומניה, הוסמך להוראה על ידי המרשם מברז'נד. בגיל 14 היה רב בעיריית מריש, ב-1929 רב בדש, הוא כיהן כנשיא כולל אהבת ציון. הוא נרצח בשואה והוא חיבר זיכרון יעקב. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. נמשיך נדחי ישראל פרק מ"ד. אין טבע אחת בתורתנו הקדושה אשר לא עמלו עליה רבבות מישראל להבינם עד סופם, ואף על פי לא הגיע להשיגם עד תכליסם ונשאר שם עוד צפונות נפלאות. There's so much to learn in Torah. כמו שתתפלל דוד, as David said, ואומר גל עיניי, reveal my eyes, והביטה נפלאות מתורתך. So I can reveal all the secrets, everything that's in your Torah. This is Tehillim Kuf Yutes Yudches. Lo levad ikrei haTorah, elagam hasiogim hatakonos shetiknu hachachamim v'anavim v'doros harishonim kamo ervin netilas yadayim v'ner Chanukah v'dimei muksa kiyotze bo nispor v'nisparish b'vatem v'chivukeim michachmei hashas rabosenu habayim achareim. So we learn all the different ordinances, different like eruvin and washing your hands and the lights of Chanukah that you don't find in the Torah itself, but you find the Rabbanim and Dimei Muksa. All these things were you can be delved into forever. Rabosenu Aboim Achreim v'Nishmorim v'Nasim Aitzokol Golos Yisrael Lo Ba Shum Israshalis. There was no sign of laggardness. B'shum davar kal Eitzel Klal Yisrael. Everything was taken seriously. B'chol hagolos ha'orach, through the long exile. Hazeh v'zeh la'os al mitosas v'nischiosa shenitna ba me'es HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is a sign, this is a symptom of how the truth and eternity of the Torah that was given by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shul Chai V'Kayam, that is live and everlasting. And the words of the Torah are eternal. Yavo na habanim kachoshim, come to our children who are false sons. They were talking about people who go exile, who are in the diaspora, who neglect slowly or the halachas. So they take one and they say, "Oh, I'm not going to do this one." Ayishmulam, well, you got to listen to them. You won't know habanim elav yishalu the same. Ech hitachzvelu l'chros basar alaschem l'shpoch damam kishrei b'nei shmoni yomim. They would all of a sudden question circumcision and say, "How could you do this to an 8-year-old also yom mishta and make a party with simcha below chamlu abneim, and you have no mercy on your son yichidasam ololei tapuchim, your cherished son shebashari zman losu achzorius kazos, you do not mutilate them like you do over here in the bris chas v'shalom l'kol kesef shebaolam lachto matzam osa b'neihem o yishalo osam al shari mitzvah Torah shenichal osam shenogea the hefsid mammon, anything that has to do with loss of money, but inugu for anything that has to do with suffering, kamo macholas osoris, you have to refrain from eating forbidden foods, treifus Yom Kippur, and how you fast in Yom Kippur, Shmir Shabbos, and the restraints that you have on Shabbos, Moedos, Shvisas Chometz Yotzuba, and refraining from having Chometz and also Od Yisbonu Akama Alofen Revovos Yisrael Shemashru Nafsham La'arigal Esreifa. Yet you see the thousands upon thousands of Jews who gave up their lives to observe all these mitzvahs, Chayin Nefesh, B'neim Shebeshvil Kiyum HaTorah, Hein B'zman Abayis, and B'chol Zman Agolas, whether it's time of the Beis HaMikdash, during the Korban, or during the time of our diaspora. V'sovlu Yisurim Koshim Umorim, we have through the exile suffered bitterly. Asher Tetzalna Onim Mashmoa, our ears can bring tingle to our ears. Mi Heviam Kolzeh Imlo Ha'amuna Hachzaka Brua Shekiblu Ma'asem. What kept us going? Our strong faith that we got from our forefathers. Avosem Avosem Ador Rishon, that goes all the way back. Sharob and Am Sha'osa Vahem Hakadosh Baruch Hu Beishos Yimrison, that they were able to experience the Yetzias Mitzrayim, the Exodus, and from here we learn Emunah, and from here we also want to wish everyone Chaim Tovim, Yom Tov.